Hello everyone, welcome back. Lecture 1, Class 9th, Subject English. And this lecture we will discuss one writing section, that is article writing. We will look forward, that is recapitulation, then recapitulation related to chapter number 4, A Truly Beautiful Mind. Then we will have a look on the explanation of article writing. Then we will discuss editing and omission, how to solve editing passage and omission. Then we will discuss the homework solutions of the homework related to chapter number 4. Recapitulation. Summary of the chapter, that is chapter number 4, A Truly Beautiful Mind. Albert Einstein, A Truly Beautiful Mind. This chapter refers to one of the greatest scientists, that is Albert Einstein, and he was born on 14th March in 1879 in the German city of Ulm. For about 2.5 years he could not speak, and when he did learn to speak, he uttered every word twice, and therefore he was considered by his playmates, by his companions, as Brother Boring. At the age of 6, on behest of his mother, he learned to play the violin. So when he was 6 years old, and when finally he was considered as good for nothing by everyone, including his teachers, headmaster, and even his own mother, due to his oversized head, his mother insisted him to learn to play the violin. He became a gifted violinist. He proved everyone wrong, and he became a gifted violinist. At the age of 15, his family shifted to Munich. He did not feel at ease with the strict regimentation of the school and left it for good. He was not feeling comfortable with the strict disciplinary environment of the school, and thus he left the school, and when he was 15 years old, his family shifted to Munich. Later on, for higher education, he continued his studies and joined the university at Zurich because the atmosphere there was more liberal and amenable and was accepting new ideas and concepts. He showed more interest in physics and mathematics. So preferably he preferred two subjects in which he had the utmost interest, that were physics and mathematics. He met a fellow student, Mileva Maric, at the Zurich University. She was equally intelligent and clever. Later on, they married and had 2 sons, but unfortunately, their marriage did not survive and were divorced in 1919. So, when his family shifted to Munich, they allowed Einstein to continue his studies at the Zurich University, and he was extraordinary in mathematics and physics. So, there he continued and met this girl, Mileva Maric, who was equally intellectual. They fell in love and ultimately married, but when Albert found a job on finishing his university studies, his family life was not happy despite having 2 sons, and therefore they both got divorced in 1919. In 1915, Einstein finally secured a job as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern, but his inventions and his mind keeps on working on his ideas secretly, and therefore he published his special theory of relativity in 1905, according to which time and distance are not absolute. He derived one equation that depicts the relationship between mass and energy, E is equal to mc square. Finally, in 1915, he published this theory, General Theory of Relativity, and the solar eclipse of the sun proved his theory as correct. He became famous as his work was considered a scientific revolution in physics. Now, when in 1933 He migrated, that means he moved away to the United States of America, as Nazis had come to power in Germany. He did not want his finding and research to be used for destruction. In 1938, when Germany discovered the principle of nuclear fission, he was the first person to write to the American president about the dangers of the atomic bombs. When the world scientists came to know that Germany had developed nuclear fission, they became afraid that the Nazis could build and use an atomic bomb. Therefore, Einstein was persuaded by his colleagues to write a letter to the American president, and thus he wrote the same, to make them aware about the dangers of the atomic bomb. He never wanted his research and findings to be used for destruction. But despite his letter in 1945, when America dropped the atomic bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, he warned the country, and the country itself dropped the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And Einstein was deeply hurt and wrote to the United Nations for the formation of a world government to prevent recurrence of such destruction. He spent his later days in politics. He spent many years in politics and used his fame in campaigning, in advocating world peace and democracy. He continued campaigning for the end to arms build-up and used his popularity to campaign for peace and democracy during the next 10 years. When he died at the age of 76 in the year 1955, he was known and celebrated as a visionary and world citizen. So this was about chapter number 4, A Truly Beautiful Mind. Now let's discuss one new topic, article writing. What is an article? An article is a written work published in a print or electronic medium. It may be for the purpose of propagating news, researching results, academic analysis, or debate. Generally, it is a piece of writing that is published in a newspaper or magazine. So ultimately, what is an article? An article is a piece of work, is a written work that is published with the purpose to propagate the agenda, to propagate the news related to which the article has been written, to propagate the researching results, academic analysis, or debate, or sometimes in order to create awareness among the readers. The articles are written with analysis, with reports, and with researches. Format of an article. What is the format? It is a simple format which includes heading, the title, then below the title comes writer's name, then body, that is the content of the article. Steps to write an effective article. Now let's see what are the various steps to write an effective article. Collection of material. The first and the foremost step to write an article is the collection of material. First, you can write only when you know the subject matter. That means we can write on any topic if we are well versed with the topic, when we know about the topic, the content, the subject matter. For this purpose, the content cannot be known to anyone. For this purpose, to know the content of various subject matter, it is essential that you read widely. That means we need to read on certain topics so that we may gather an ample amount of content with us, so that we may use it to write an effective article. Have a keen power of observation and write down from your own experience. We should be keen while observing. That means we should be an observant in nature, and we should write down from our own observation, from our own experience. Collection of material includes these two things foremost. We should know the subject matter. For that we need to read or we need to observe, because in both the cases we will grasp about the matter, the topic, and ultimately the subject matter, the content will be with us. Think over the topic. We need to think about the topic on which we are given an article, and jot down and note down the points that come to your mind. We should think about the topic. We need to write them in bullet points first so that we may elaborate them precisely in our article. Make a selection of points. Now, after thinking, we will be having enormous number of points with us. We need to think. We need to select that which points you have jotted down, and strike away and remove out those which are irrelevant or unimportant. That means we should include only the important points. Next step is arrangement of material. After collecting the material, the next foremost step is to arrange the material in a chronological order so that the purpose of writing article is fulfilled. When you have collected the material, divide it under different headings. Like in article writing, as I told you, the format is quite simple. Heading, then the name of the writer, and then the content. And this content includes the arrangement of material only. That means we need to divide under different paragraphs. Arrange the points in logical order. The sentences should be connected with one or the other, and so the paragraphs also. The different ideas should be collected under its proper heading. That means if we are using many ideas together, they should be used with a proper heading. They should be included chronologically in a proper order, and we should avoid the repetition of the same thing again and again. Next step is writing the article. Now we have collected the material, arranged it. Now comes writing the article. Devote one paragraph each. That means I told you the body is divided into 3 paragraphs at most, and each paragraph should clearly explain the purpose. That this paragraph includes the introduction, then the next one includes the cause, the next one includes the effect. It should not be that in the introduction only you are mentioning the cause and effect also. So devote one paragraph to each main heading. We need to elaborate each of the jotted points. See that the paragraphs are related to one another. I told you the sentences should be related and the paragraphs also should be related to one another. A paragraph should talk of one main heading only, right? Its first sentence should be the key sentence that will reveal, okay, that this paragraph is about this thing. That is the key sentence, the beginning sentence. All other ideas expressed in the paragraph should be related to the main idea. If we are starting with the introduction, then the whole paragraph should be about the introduction only. If we are starting with the cause, then the whole paragraph should be of causes only. Now comes the elements of an article. What are the key elements of an article? Headline. First, that is the heading. A headline is text at the top of a newspaper article. The heading, the bolted words, right, indicating the nature of the article. That catches the attention of the reader and relates well to the topic. That should be catchy, so that it should attract the attention of the reader and relates, and the heading should be very well related to the topic. Then comes the byline. It gives the name and often the position of the writer. I told you after the title, name of the writer of the article comes. Then after this we have lead. Lead means the beginning sentence. The lead sentence captures the attention of the reader and sums up the focus of the story. The lead also establishes the subject, sets the tone and guides the reader into the article. That means the beginning sentence, the lead sentence captures the attention of the reader and that reveals almost everything that is to be read in that article. The author may choose to open. Author means the writer of the article. That means it is up to the writer that he may choose any of the following to open in any number of ways. That means for the lead sentence we can use any of these things. First, a shocking or startling statement related to that title. A generalization. That means generally with a common sentence if we want to start, we can start it that way also. A description. If we want to describe an article, then we can start the lead sentence with the description also. A quote. That is the key tool to attract the attention. A quote, a beautiful quote, a catchy quote related to the title. A question. If it is about any social issue, we can ask the question with the readers also regarding that. So we may choose any of the things: question, quote, description or comparison. We can even start with the comparison also, that if this thing not happens then what? Or if we are starting with comparison, that will also made the readers to think about the topic. Next is body, that is the content of the article. Details and elaboration. After jotting down the points, the next thing, the details and elaboration of the evident in the body and flow smoothly from the lead. Quotes are used to add interest and support to the story. If less vital details are pushed towards the end of the story, the potentially destructive impact will be minimized. That means no irrelevant point should be added in the beginning or in the middle. It should be pushed towards the end of the article. Now there are certain quick tips to write article. Useful tips. We should choose words and phrases carefully so that they exactly express your ideas. Do not use unnecessary words. Be brief. Avoid repetition and padding. Frame short, simple and idiomatic sentences that will catch the attention of the readers. Be clear in what you write. You should not be confused, otherwise that will lead to enormous confusion in the minds of the readers. Do not use words which are not fully known to you. Be natural. Do not imitate other writers. We should not copy the style of the writing of others. Express your own ideas in your own style. Now here is one sample of one article. Grow more trees to reduce pollution. Write an article in 150 to 200 words on the topic given. See the title, Grow More Trees to Reduce Pollution. Then in the next line, the name of the writer by Radhika. It starts with a quote as it is related to trees. Trees are poems the earth writes upon the sky. Itself is catchy, that will create curiosity among the readers to read more about it, right? So the article starts, trees and plants are one of the main reasons why mankind came into existence. The importance of planting trees has been emphasized time and again. This is because of the numerous benefits they offer. Introduction done. Now switch to next paragraph. They make the world a better place to live in. Now here are the importance of trees. They exhale oxygen and inhale carbon dioxide to maintain the ecological balance in the environment. They also absorb all the harmful gases and give us fresh air to breathe. Trees build a sheet to protect us from the harmful ultraviolet rays. This is the continuation of second paragraph in which the benefits of trees are told. Not only this, they serve as a habitat for birds and various species of animals. This is not it. Trees help in controlling water pollution and preventing soil erosion. Now switch to third paragraph. The places inhabited by large number of trees are quite cooler compared to the concrete jungles that cannot do without air conditioners. Unfortunately, urbanization is leading to clearing of forests and parks despite the numerous benefits they offer. Now the comparison has been drawn. People come here for morning walks, evening strolls, yoga sessions and laughter therapy. They also serve as a safe place for the kids to play and socialize. The only way left to preserve them and reap these benefits is by growing them at a faster rate. As a Chinese proverb states, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So do your bit and make this place more beautiful. Now as you can see, the article has ended with a quote started with a quote to generate and to maintain the curiosity throughout the article, right? And in the end, thank you. So this was a sample of article writing. Now let's see editing. See, in grammatical, if I talk about integrated grammar practice, then there is one concept that comes with us, that is editing. Editing is generally done during proofreading to rectify any kind of errors if there. It can be of two types, error or omission. In grammar, we get the question of editing or omission. A short text with is one error or omission in each line which is given. Numbered blanks are provided like A, B, C, D or 1, 2, 3 with each line for writing the corrected or the omitted answer. Identify the error or omission keeping in mind the PPACT Act's rule. What is this PPACTS? PPACTS rule, that means that error or omission would be any of the following. P for preposition, another P for pronoun, A for article or determiner, C for conjunction, T for tense or verb forms that can be singular, plural, and S for spelling. That means according to this PPACTS rule, error or omission can be any of these following. After reading the passage, identify the tense and see whether it is appropriate to the context. Then we have to check the subject-verb agreement also. Check the areas where word is missing in case of omission and check the errors as mentioned above for error correction. That means in case of omission we have to check for the missing word. In case of editing we have to check for the errors. Mention the answer against the given blank number. Always we are provided with a blank number like A, B, C, D and we are supposed to insert our answers against those blank numbers. In case of omission, write the word before and the word after the omitted word along with the supplied word. In case of error, that is in case of editing, we have to write the incorrect as well as the corrected word in 2 columns. Now let's see one passage of editing. This is one passage given to you and you can see the blank numbers are inserted against each line. Walt Disney was our hero. He left me a legacy that can be enjoyed time and again. He knew who to entertain us so well. He developed a process in creating animated films. Now go through the steps and let's see how we are going to attempt the answers. First, incorrect word, then correct words, then we will supply incorrect words and correct words. Like A part, was, correct word is. In B part, me, correct word us. Then C part, enjoy, correct word enjoyed. D part, who, correct word how. E part, in, correct word of. So we are not supposed to write the whole passage. Instead we are supposed to write the blank numbers and then incorrect word, correct word. In each column we have to write the answers. Now let's see for omission. See, again blank numbers are given. Imagine they are a bank that credits your account a morning with a lot of money. It carries over no balance day to day. Every evening bank deletes whatever part the balance you failed to use during the day. So this is your passage. Now let's see how to attempt the answers. Before, missing, after. As I told you, in case of missing word, the word that comes before the missing word and the word that comes after it has to be written. Like 3 columns will be made, then part numbers are inserted, A, B, C, D, E. There is, the missing word is a. Then B part, before word account, missing word each, after morning. C part, balance, missing word from, and after that day. D part, evening, missing word the, and afterward bank. E part, missing word of, and afterward the. So in such a manner we have to attempt editing and omission questions. Now let's discuss the homework solutions of the questions which I gave you that were related to chapter number 4. Question number 3, explain what the reasons for following are. First, Einstein leaving the school in Munich for good, Einstein wanting to study in Switzerland, then Einstein seeing in Mileva and Ellie, and what do these tell you about Einstein? First, strict regimentation at school, then second part, liberal atmosphere was there, and third, like him, Mileva was also disapproved and she was equally intelligent also, who disliked art, literature or music, and he loved freedom. He was a liberal and cultured person. Next question, what did Einstein call his desk drawer at the patent office and why? He called his desk drawer at the patent office the Bureau of Theoretical Physics because he stored his secret papers on ideas on physics there. Next, why did Einstein write a letter to Franklin Roosevelt? Einstein feared that the Germans under the rule of the Nazis had developed the atomic bomb and could misuse it. He wrote to the President of the USA to warn him of this development. Next, how did Einstein react to the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Einstein was deeply shaken by the disaster caused in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He wrote a public missive to the United Nations demanding the formation of a world government to stop the development of nuclear weapons. In this way, he reacted. Last question was, why does the world remember Einstein as a world citizen? Einstein is remembered as a world citizen as much as a genius scientist because of his efforts towards world peace and democracy, and also for his campaign against the use of arms. Einstein was a great supporter of peace and democracy. He wanted all the world to function as one unit, and therefore he is remembered as a world citizen. So this was about the homework solution. We have done article writing also. So what is your homework? That you have to read the chapter thoroughly, revise the format of article writing today, and tomorrow you will solve one assignment related to this chapter, article writing, editing and omission. But today you have to revise the chapter and tomorrow solve the assignment that will be posted on EdQuark.